Hi guys, today I want to talk about the Hamitic myth. Okay, so often we've heard people like Mazi Namdi Kano speak about, the link to Israel and refer to himself as, or Igbo people as Jewish. And, I've often wondered about that, where that has come from. Anyway, there's no denying that you do have black Jews, you have African Jews. I think many, many years ago when I was really young, I used to hear about Ethiopian Jews, and at the time, many would refer to them as falashas. Apparently, that is now a derogatory term that shouldn't be used, and it actually means outcasts. And I know they were having to move and migrate and so on and so forth. I didn't really follow their journey, but I was aware of that. So I'm not disputing that you have black African Jews, especially as the first human being was actually found on the continent of Africa. So that all makes sense anyway, right? But here's the thing, and why I think sometimes it can be or may be problematic and a bit confusing, and it's the Hamitic myth. So, for those who don't know, the Hamitic myth is the idea that black people are black because they are cursed. This has come about through the curse, it's called the curse of Noah. So, basically, Noah had three sons, Ham, Shem, and Japhet. And Ham stumbled upon his father's nakedness one night, and as a result, Noah cursed him and his descendants. So he cursed Canaan and all of Canaan's descendants. And black people are supposed to be the descendants, are alleged to be the descendants of Canaan. And that curse is dark skin, apparently. And also, many of the stereotypes that exist today stem from this Hamitic myth. So I'll give you an example. It said that when Ham stumbled upon Noah naked, he defiled his father, and that is why black males in particular, black males, have a big private part. So yeah, so that was to explain that. And another explanation of that is given, in this narrative, is the idea that when Ham stumbled upon his father, he then defiled his mother, hence the big thing. And then not only that, when he stumbled upon his father's nakedness, he bugged out his eyes, and that's why black people allegedly have big eyes. I don't have big eyes, but that's all along the lines of that Hamitic myth. And it has lasted for many years. In fact, it was the Hamitic myth that was used to justify slavery. Now, there were many things used to justify slavery at the time. One was, we know, during the Enlightenment period and the Darwin theory of evolution, where it was, alleged that black people were just a step up from monkeys and they had these smaller brains and so on and so forth. So there was a lot of work going on at the time to justify the maltreatment and abuse of darker skinned or melanated people. The Hamitic myth was also one of them. So back in the day, if you look at the work of Professor Tony Martin, he speaks a lot about the fact that even in the United States, back in the day, 70%, almost up to 70% of slave owners were actually Jewish. And a lot of Jews at the time were invested heavily in the Dutch West India Company. Now, the Dutch West India Company were responsible for Elmina's Fort. Now, Elmina's Fort is in Ghana, now known as Elmina's Castle, and well known to have transported, and it was a selling point for Africans. So they transported them, caught them, captured them, kept them there. And we all know about the door of no return, where they left and entered onto ships and never returned, right? So there is a lot of information around that. And the idea that sometimes, when we think about, the slave trade and the impact of that, we know about the European involvement. Many of us also know increasingly a lot more about the Arab involvement, the spread of Islam and how notorious the Arab slave trade upon Africans was. But there was also the Jewish involvement that not many people know about. And I just wondered, if knowing that, how do black African Jews square that circle? Do they believe in the Hamitic myth? Do they believe that black people are the cursed descendants of Canaan? Or do they believe that, well, black people are blessed and that is just something that is written, because it is written, right? But something that we should now kind of try our best to debunk and let go of. So let me know what you think, guys. Do you think that Igbo people are Jews? Do you think that African people are really Jewish, or do you think they're the cursed, descendants of Ham? All right, let me know anyway. Peace. Have a great day.